The Mad Titan was teased in a few Marvel movies prior to his mainstream and leading role appearance in Avengers Infinity War. He actually had a decent appearance in the first Guardians of the Galaxy film, but otherwise we had only seen him in cameos and after-credits scenes. Infinity War, as well as Avengers Endgame, are the two movies where Thanos shines, both as the main antagonist and as a character in general. To prevent annoying clarifications, I will only be discussing the Thanos we see in Infinity War in this video, as I and many others agree that the Thanos we see in Endgame is drastically different and no longer representative of content like what I will be referring to. So when I talk about Thanos as a whole, his character, his motivations, his actions, are all only in the context of Infinity War and earlier, no later. Thanos is such a well-written character, and perhaps the single most compelling villain I have ever seen. There are many adjectives you can prescribe to him. He is intelligent, collected, stoic, competent, determined, articulate, calculating, experienced, and ruthless. The fact that I can conclude all of those traits about him from a 2.5-hour movie speaks marvel to the phenomenal writing of his character. He possesses very clear goals and ambitions, along with a moral standard that establishes the stakes of what he's willing to do to accomplish said goals. We learn who he is and what he wants through his intriguing dialogue, and, of course, Josh Brolin's epic portrayal. Part of what makes him a great villain, as is often the case, is that he's sympathetic. While you disagree with his plans and what he's trying to do, you at least understand why. The beauty of his motivation is in the fact that it stems from loss. Due to what he views as preventable actions, he lost his former home and species, and doesn't want to see that happen elsewhere. Thanos truly believes in his cause. In no way does he fit the comically evil trope where a villain is evil for the sake of conflict. Thanos sees a problem and believes he has a solution, and as he says,
"I'm the only one who knows that."
Being the only one with his philosophy, will, and power to carry out such a daunting task, he has come to the conclusion that it's his destiny to carry out his plans. This is what also perpetuates his ideal of not letting anything stop him. Thanos actually sacrifices things he cares about in order to prevail. This shows character, especially due to the fact that it brings him pain. Thanos isn't apathetic about his consequences. Sacrificing his daughter truly hurts him, but he knows it's the only way to continue, so he goes through with it. Irrelevant of how absolutely horrible of a father he was, Thanos did care about Gamora, and losing her was a test of his determination and values. Another aspect of Thanos' perceived virtue of himself is in the execution of his grand plan. He tries to prove to the Avengers that his cause is moral, because the universal genocide will be random. In other words, he won't be targeting any specific demographics. Obviously, this doesn't make things any better, but it does show that his intentions really are genuine. It is proven that Thanos has spent a lot of time developing his plan and working out the details. Before using the Infinity Stones, in fact, he would manually travel planet to planet, killing half of each planet's population, thus revealing he is telling the truth. A short but critical piece of character is actually in the final scene, where Thanos, just like he told the Avengers he would, settles down and rests after succeeding. It was never about a power grab and becoming the most powerful being with the stones. Thanos was never looking to rule or conquer. He did as he said he would. He captured the stones, used them for the purpose he laid out, and went off to retire. As evil and unforgivable as his crimes were, Thanos was a man of his word. He did not lie about his intentions. Throughout the movie, we see Thanos hold his own remarkably well. Now, yes, obviously he is using the power of the stones, but it is still impressive that he's using them so well after retrieving them all for the very first time. On the battlefield, his presence alone is intimidating. Like a lion, he is graceful. Thanos knows his power level, and with that, he makes sure he is smart during combat. There are few things in writing more aggravating than an incompetent or dense villain. Thanos not only doesn't fit this description, he is the polar opposite of it. I mean, do I have to remind you he wins? He is the first, but no longer the last, villain to defeat our heroes. It's no wonder he was able to gain a following and army. He has some of the greatest traits for leadership. Something else that makes Thanos so compelling is his state of mind. Like I mentioned earlier, he is stoic and collected. He appears to be in no rush. He does not act out of emotional rage. He remains calm and thereby focused, and he never lets himself become distracted. He accepts events as they happen and adjusts his plans accordingly. Thanos is the epitome of the wise warrior that so many aspire to be. All of this praiseworthy writing is still accentuated through the convincing and frankly formidable performance by Josh Brolin. I don't think there could have been a better casting choice. I hope you come away from this video understanding why Thanos has become so iconic. I would make the case that he is one of the best movie villains of all time. Well, not if you're including Endgame, that is. For those of you who are perhaps shocked at the sentiment I have shown against Endgame, perhaps I'll make a video in the future elaborating on why I think the writers ruined his character in that film and why I despise that version. Nonetheless, Infinity War Thanos is still something to be cherished for his masterful writing. He should be a lesson to writers everywhere on delving into a character and distinguishing them from generic and forgettable nobodies.
Stop!
Thank you so much for watching today, guys. I seriously appreciate every single one of you. Feel free to leave a comment to keep the conversation going, leave a like if you liked what you saw, and subscribe if you're a fan. For more content, follow me both on Twitch and Twitter. To support me, become a patron. It really helps me out and provides me the ability for more quality videos. And the biggest thing, join the community Discord. It's a great place to hang out and discuss media. We even hold recorded debates. Links to everything I mentioned are in the description of this video. I hope your day is spectacular. Until next time, hobos.